Hi, it's the Lifelessness recap show here as we get through the semifinal round. I got many updates and things, and I'm going to quickly get through what just happened and preview things and get into all of our updates here. So in the semifinals, Alpha Michael Foxtrot defeats the Destroyers 115 to 96. Christian McCaffrey 36 points, advancing to the finals again. I can't remember the last year I was there. It's like 2 or 3 years ago. Lord Ron Kings, trying to go from worst to first, defeats Logical Intercourse 105-103. I don't know who put him over the top to get the win, but that was a dicey matchup all day, Sunday, and obviously into Monday. Tyler Lockett, 31 points, lead Nate, and he advances to his first final since I didn't write it down. So has he been in the final before? Unsure. I'll look into that. Anywho, to settle the fifth place match, Redcoats defeats Def Bombers 111-0 because Mitchell must have forgot that you still keep going to play for placement. But Saquon Barkley woke up for 35 points for Mark. So there's that. Down there in the toilet bowl, Philadelphia Boxcars defeats Barney's Bastards 120-107. Ezekiel Elliott 35 points for the Boxcars. And Prozac Puffers, on the heels of Lamar Jackson's 44 points, defeats the Mega Movers 145-120. So the toilet bowl teams, I'm glad those two teams that are in the toilet bowl, because they were the 7th and 8th seed, didn't make the playoff, because you see anyone paying attention to their two scores for 2 weeks here in the playoff time? I mean, somebody put up 145. I mean, I think they're both averaging over 100. It's like 120 actually. So insane. The High Point team, myself, Alpha Mike and Foxtrot, 168 from week 8. High Point player is still the co-players of Drew Brees from Barney's Bastard and Russell Wilson from the Redcoats with 54 points from week 9 and 14 respectively. So those haven't changed. You got 2 more weeks for that. And that, like I said, week 17 it counts. So submit a lineup and probably steal some money. And it's a good change of money because I've got some payouts out here too. So there's that. Matchups going forward in our championship match. Lord Ron Kings, trying to go worst to first, is up against Alpha Michael Foxtrot, who's trying to go from 6th draft position to 1st. Yeah, so we'll do that. 3rd place matchup. Don't run away, Logical Intercourse and Destroyers. You guys got to play for 3rd place placement, money, and the draft order. And then Toilet Bowl is Philadelphia Boxcars versus Prozac Puffers. I expect that match to be 120-119. I don't even know which way to go. I think that's what their score is going to be. It's going to be crazy. So good luck to the 6 of us that are still playing this week. Submit lineups to try and steal more money. All right, so I've updated the draft order for next year as the 5th place matchup has been set. So Mitchell will be picking 9th and Mark will be picking 10th. So to recap the order, it's Tom Muma, who mailed in this year, picking 1. Heidi, who played for a month and then mailed it in, is picking 2. Bernie, then Aaron, or Aaron, sorry. Then Dave Barney, Patrick, Lance, Gil, Mitchell, and then Mark that rounds out the top 10. The 3rd place matchup will determine who's 11 and 12, and then the championship will determine who's 13 and 14. So depending on whoever, make sure everyone's coming back next year. So that is our draft order. I've got it on this lovely card so I don't lose these pieces of information. Also, payouts. They will be, like I said, because we didn't drop down to 12 teams or come up to a higher number, payouts will be literally exactly the same thing as last year. So just to note, I put them on the homepage, right underneath the homepage message that has a High Point player and team. So I've got them posted. 1st place champion will get $225. 2nd place is $103. 3rd place $80. 4th place $66. 5th place, which is Mark, will get $45. 6th place, which is Mitchell, will get $36. And then our toilet bowl winner will get $31. High Point player and High Point team will split the money that is the transaction money, that whole pool. They will split those 2 things as of last check, because you can still do transactions this week and if you want to go next week. So you got a couple more weeks of transactions if you want to add to the pile. I believe the number that I saw right now being split was, I think it was $127.50 for those 2. I remember. It's it's like 120 something like that. So just know that you can submit a lineup and maybe steal some of that money. That's a good piece of change for you kind of get your hands on if your team or a player should blow up. So there's that. I keep that over there with that. So other than that, that's all I got. I'm going to get out of here at the 5-minute mark. We will determine our champions this week. I will come back next week to tell you who won and then to remind you to play, submit a lineup for week 17. I will come back to you after week 17 to give the final payout amounts and then tell you that I'm looking for people, and then they'll let you know that no one gets paid out, even myself. I don't get my own money until I collect everybody who owes money. After you winnings are taken, if you got winnings and you owe money, I'll take it out of that. But anybody who's left that still owes money, I need to get that money in to pay out the transaction winners or the high point player, high point team people. So I want to get those all paid out. If you have carryover money, we'll carry it over. And then other than that, I will contact, or once I get all the money in, I will contact, starting with our champion, and work backwards to get money from you. So, and or not backwards, work top down. So I'll get a hold of you if you owe money, so you have the option just to pay yourself out. If you want to hold it over for next year, so you don't have to think about money at the draft next year, always, it's been a long-standing option. So do what you want with that. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here again. Good luck to everybody who's still playing and anybody that wants to try and steal some money. Peace.